In the 12th century, in the quiet countryside of Suffolk, England, lies a village called Woolpit, surrounded by farmland, sheep pastures, and ancient woodland. It was an ordinary place in medieval England. But sometime during the reign of King Stephen, or perhaps the early years of Henry II, something extraordinary was said to have occurred. The villagers of Woolpit reported the sudden appearance of two strange children, siblings, a boy and a girl. They were not like other children. Their clothes were made of materials the villagers had never seen before. Their language was unlike anything familiar, and most shocking of all, their skin had a peculiar greenish tint. No one knew where they had come from. The children appeared near a set of wolf pits, the very pits from which Woolpit takes its name. These deep traps were dug to catch wolves that still roamed England at the time. The children were discovered crying, disoriented and frightened, as if they had suddenly wandered into a world they did not recognize. When the villagers approached, they realized the children did not speak English, or even Latin, the language of the educated churchmen. Their speech was incomprehensible, and they seemed completely alien to the land around them. At first, the children refused all food. They would not eat the bread or meat offered to them. Days passed, and they grew weaker. Finally, someone brought them freshly harvested beans, still in their stalks. To the villagers' astonishment, the children eagerly tried to eat the beans, but not the pods inside. Instead, they attempted to eat the green husks, the outer parts of the plant. It was only later, after some guidance, that they learned to eat the beans properly. Over time, the children began to adjust. They learned English, they ate other foods, and their strange green complexion slowly faded. Sadly, the boy did not survive. He grew sickly, weakened, and eventually died not long after being baptized. The girl, however, lived on. She was described as strong, lively, and eventually integrated into the community. According to some accounts, she was baptized, learned English fluently, and took service in the household of Sir Richard de Calne, a local knight. And it was then, when she could finally explain herself, that the story grew even stranger. The girl claimed that she and her brother came from a land called St. Martin's Land. She described it as a place where the sun never shone brightly, where everything seemed dim as if in perpetual twilight. She said the land was separated from another brighter country by a great river. In St. Martin's Land, everyone was green, like her and her brother. How did they end up in Woolpit? According to the girl, she and her brother were herding their father's cattle when they heard the sound of church bells. Following the sound, they wandered into a cavern or tunnel. They walked for a long time in darkness, eventually emerging into the bright sunlight of the world outside, so bright that it overwhelmed them. Disoriented, they collapsed, only to be found by the villagers of Woolpit. The story spread. Chroniclers of the time recorded it, including Ralph of Coggeshall and William of Newburgh. Both were respected historians of the 12th century, and both included the account of the Green Children in their writings. But they offered no clear explanation, only the facts as they had been told. So what could explain this bizarre tale? Some historians suggest the story may have been an allegory or folktale, later mistaken as fact. Others believe the children may have been orphans, Flemish immigrants whose parents had died during conflicts in the region. The strange language might have been a Flemish dialect unfamiliar to the locals. Their green skin, some argue, could have been the result of a condition known as green sickness or hypochromic anemia caused by poor diet. And yet none of these explanations fully satisfy the mystery. Why would the children claim to come from St. Martin's Land? Why the story of the cavern and the perpetual twilight? Some more imaginative theories suggest the children may have come from another dimension, or from a subterranean world beneath the earth. Others tie the legend into UFO folklore, speculating that Woolpit may have witnessed one of the earliest recorded accounts of otherworldly visitors. Whatever the truth, the legend of the Green Children of Woolpit has survived for more than 800 years. It has inspired countless theories, from the rational to the fantastical. Even today, Woolpit embraces its strange history. The village sign depicts the two green children standing beneath the church tower. A quiet reminder that, once upon a time, something utterly mysterious walked into this English village and left a question that has never been answered. So were the green children simply lost immigrants, suffering from illness and misunderstood? Or were they, as the legend suggests, wanderers from another world who accidentally stumbled into ours? That is for you to decide. And if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to follow History's Glitch for more bizarre and forgotten tales from the past. New videos every Sunday.